Okay, I need to talk to somebody about this because I feel like I'm going crazy and nobody around me understands. Short Chinese dramas. Girl, I don't even know where to start. I genuinely don't, because there is so much. There is so much that we just accept every single day. We sit there, phone in hand, watching these dramas, and our brain is like, wait, that doesn't make sense. And then the next scene happens and our brain just goes, okay, never mind, continue. And the thing is, we're not stupid. We know what's happening. We see it. We clock every single ridiculous moment. And we watch anyway. We watch the next episode, and the one after that. And then somehow it's 2 a.m. and we have work tomorrow and we're on episode 47 and we are not stopping. That's us. That's who we are. And I have decided I am no longer ashamed of it. But I do need to talk about it. Because some of these details, some of these specific, particular, beautiful details deserve to be discussed out loud. Between people who get it. Between people who have been there. Between people who have said, just one more episode at least 8 times in one sitting. So grab something, get comfortable, because we are getting into it today. Let's start with the man himself, the male lead. The male lead in a short Chinese drama is always, and I mean always, a billionaire. A CEO, a chairman, sometimes all three at the same time because apparently that's possible and we don't question it. He owns companies, multiple companies. He has a jet, a penthouse, probably an island somewhere that gets mentioned once and never again. His personal assistant knows everything. His schedule, his allergies, his coffee order, the name of his childhood dog, the exact nature of his emotional damage, everything. This assistant is incredibly dedicated and frankly underpaid. But a bodyguard? No. We don't do bodyguards here. This man, this $50 billion man with enemies on every side, walks alone. Girl, he is out here in parking lots at night by himself. Dark alleys, empty streets, places where I, a regular person with nothing to my name, would be walking fast with my keys between my fingers. And he's just strolling, calm, unbothered, like he forgot that people are actively trying to destroy him. And sometimes he throws one punch and 4 men go flying, and you're like, okay, I respect the training. But then, he gets stabbed. Every few episodes, this man gets stabbed, or shot at, or poisoned, or pushed down some stairs, and every single time, every time he looks shocked, genuinely surprised. Like, sir, this is literally the 3rd attempt on your life this month. At what point do you hire one person? Just one. One human being whose entire job is to walk slightly behind you and pay attention. But we're not here for logic. So the male lead gets stabbed, and the female lead appears. From nowhere, we don't ask how she knew. She just knew. And she's kneeling beside him, pressing her hands on the wound and calling his name like that's going to help the bleeding situation. And he looks up at her, and the music starts. And girl, I forget everything I just said. Every single concern. Gone. Because the moment and the music and the look, and I am fully in it now, and logic has left the building. That's the thing about these dramas. They know exactly when to hit you. Your mid-thought brain is forming a reasonable question, and then boom, a moment. And your brain just goes quiet like, okay, we're feeling things now, questions later. Every time. Okay, let me talk about the props, because this is one of my favorite topics. Short dramas have the same props in every single drama. Same ones, every time. And they work every single time, and I need to appreciate them properly. The jade pendant. Oh my God, the jade pendant. The jade pendant is not just jewelry. Please understand this. The jade pendant is a birth certificate, a DNA test, a family reunion coordinator, a court document, a plot resolution service. All of this in one small green stone hanging around someone's neck. Somebody got separated from their family as a child. Jade pendant knows. Need to prove who your real parents are? Jade pendant. There's been a misunderstanding dragging on for 20 episodes, and nobody will just sit down and have a conversation. Don't worry. The jade pendant is coming. The jade pendant will handle it. The villain has been lying about someone's entire identity for 30 episodes. Here comes the jade pendant with the receipts, the evidence, and the full case prepared. I watched a drama once where the jade pendant was used as actual legal evidence, presented in what was basically a trial, accepted, changed the outcome. The jade pendant won the case. And you know what I did? I nodded. I said yes, makes sense. The jade pendant has spoken. We move on. Because in short drama world, the jade pendant does not lie. It has never lied. It will never lie. It is the most trustworthy character in every drama it appears in, and honestly. Respect. Then we have the white shirt. The white shirt is not just a shirt. It is a canvas. It exists specifically so that when the male lead gets stabbed, or shot, or coughs blood, we can see every dramatic drop in perfect contrast against that white fabric. That's it. That's the whole purpose. The wardrobe department made a deliberate choice, and they have been consistent across every drama in existence. Nobody in short drama world owns a navy shirt, a black shirt, nothing dark, white only, always white. And speaking of what needs to be seen, the blood coughing. In short drama world, nobody gets a regular headache. Nobody says, I'm a bit tired today. In short drama world, you are either completely fine or you are coughing blood into a handkerchief. And it's always a handkerchief. White, of course. And it's always already folded neatly in their pocket. Like they got up that morning, looked in the mirror and thought, today feels like a blood coughing day. Let me prepare accordingly. And the things that cause it: stress. A secret terminal illness they've been hiding for 30 episodes. Poison, overwork, heartbreak. One time I'm genuinely convinced a character coughed blood because the plot needed more drama in that exact moment, and it was the fastest option available. And then they look up, wipe their mouth, fold the handkerchief back, the audacity of folding it back, and say, I'm fine. I'm fine. Sir, you just coughed blood. That is not a fine situation. That has never been a fine situation in the history of human health. I need you to say, I require medical attention immediately, and also explain why this handkerchief was already prepared. But do I stop watching? I do not. I go straight to the next episode because I need to confirm with my own eyes that they are in fact not fine. Spoiler, they are never fine. But I had to check. I always have to check. Okay, the abs. We have to talk about the abs. The male lead is slim, like genuinely slim, walking around in his suits and his white shirts. Slim man, a man who looks like his diet is coffee and corporate decisions. A man you would not look at and think, this person has a rigorous fitness routine. And then, the shirt comes off. And this slim coffee man suddenly has abs. Not okay he works out abs. ABS abs. Defined. Sculpted. The kind that belong on someone who has been in the gym 6 days a week for years. A completely different body from what we have been looking at for the past 20 episodes. And the camera is not subtle about this. Full slow pan. Starting from the face, moving down, taking its time, lingering like it wants us to really sit with what is happening. And the music changes. Something dramatic and low. Like the abs themselves are a major plot development. Like we should be writing this down. And the female lead is standing right there. She was furious 2 seconds ago. She had a whole speech. She was about to say something important. The shirt came off. She stops mid-sentence. Her whole face does a thing. Her eyes go somewhere they weren't supposed to go. And then she looks away very quickly and says in the tiniest voice, I wasn't looking, baby, sweetheart. The camera was on your face the entire time. We watched you look. The director watched you look. You were looking. It is okay that you were looking. We were all looking from our side of the screen. But please, please do not say you weren't looking when the evidence is right there in your expression. And then the next scene happens and nobody mentions the abs again. And the body double who provided them goes home uncredited, and I just think that's not right. The body double deserves flowers. The body double is doing incredible work and getting none of the recognition, and this is a formal acknowledgement on behalf of all of us. And while we are talking about things that make no sense, the iPhone situation. The male lead billionaire, private jet, multiple companies, custom suits, a watch that costs more than a house. The female lead can barely pay rent. New to the city, counts her money at the end of the month. Simple girl, that's what the drama calls her. Simple. Same iPhone. Same model. Same generation. Logo catching the light in every scene, in both their hands, throughout the entire drama. I see the product placement. I see the deal that was made. I respect the budget. And I am continuing to watch regardless because we are on episode 23 and things are getting interesting. Now, the kidnapping. Because we cannot have this conversation without the kidnapping, which is not a situation. It is a system, a whole organized system with rules. Rule 1, the female lead will be kidnapped. This is not a maybe. It is happening. The only question is when and by whom. Rule 2, it will happen at the worst possible time. Right when the male lead and female lead were about to have their first real honest conversation. Right when something was finally going right. The timing is so precise, I have started to wonder if the kidnapper is watching the same drama we are. Rule 3, the location is always a dim room. Chains or ropes. Dramatic lighting, because even villains have aesthetic standards in short drama world. And Rule 4, this is the one that lives in my head rent-free. Her hair is fine. She just got kidnapped. Grabbed, transported, restrained, threatened. And she is sitting in this dim, dramatic room and her hair is completely fine. Not one strand out of place. Face composed. Lip gloss present. Skin glowing, possibly more than usual because the villain lair lighting is actually quite flattering for her undertone. And I don't know whether to be confused or inspired. The level of composure required to maintain your entire look through a kidnapping is something I aspire to in my regular daily life, where nobody is kidnapping me. And then the male lead, no bodyguards, gets stabbed regularly, sometimes still recovering from the previous drama, finds her, with zero clues, in under 20 minutes. Kicks the door open right at the cinematic peak. Not before, not after. Right when the music is at its highest and everything is at maximum tension. And every time I know it's coming. Every time I have already predicted this exact moment. And every time my heart still does the thing. Because it's not about logic. It was never about logic. It's about the feeling of that door flying open and knowing she's going to be okay. And that feeling gets me every single time, and I have fully accepted this about myself. The one-night stand. It follows the same script every drama, and once you see the pattern, you see it every time, but it doesn't matter because you're still watching the whole thing play out. They meet, instant tension. The kind the drama frames as conflict, but that we, watching from outside, recognize immediately as the beginning of everything. Then there's a banquet or a company dinner. Drinks are involved. Sometimes the drinks are just drinks. Sometimes the villain has been in the drinks because apparently that is just a hazard of attending social events in short drama world, and everyone has accepted it. One thing leads to another. Next morning, somebody leaves before the other wakes up. No adult conversation. Maybe a useless note. They meet again and he's her new boss, or her enemy, or both, because short drama writers looked at complicated and said we can do more. They spend several episodes being awkward, denying it, almost addressing it, going back and forth. And then 3, maybe 4 episodes later. Baby. There is always a baby. And we gasp, even though we knew from episode 2. We always gasp because the drama delivered it at exactly the right moment with the right music and the right facial expression, and our body responded before our brain could remind us that we called this already. The Jade pendant is about to have a very busy few episodes. Now, I saved this one because she deserves her own moment. The green tea villain. She is soft, quiet. She speaks in a gentle voice, barely above a whisper. She looks fragile. Big eyes that fill with tears very easily. She tilts her head slightly when she listens to you, which makes everything she says sound sincere and kind. And she is doing the most calculated, deliberate villain work you have ever seen in your life. She poisons the female lead's tea, calmly, with a small smile. Frames her with documentation because she prepared for this. goes to the male lead and tells him a version of events that is technically made of true facts but assembled into a complete lie. And when she delivers it, the tears arrive right on cue. The voice gets quieter and she says, "I didn't want to tell you this, but I was worried about you." And the male lead believes her. This man, this intelligent, powerful, multiple company-owning man, believes her. While we are at home screaming, she is lying. She has been lying since episode 3. There has not been one true thing from her mouth this entire drama. Why are you believing her right now? He continues to believe her, for many more episodes, until about episode 55 when she makes one mistake, just one after 54 episodes of flawless performance, and everything starts to unravel. And then everyone acts shocked, so blindsided, like we weren't all watching her and clocking every move from practically the beginning. But here's the thing. The green tea villain is the reason I keep watching, because I need to see her exposed. I physically need it. I need the moment the male lead finally looks at her and understands. I need the mask to slip. I need justice for the female lead. And the drama knows this. It knows I need this, and it is using my need to keep me watching episode after episode, holding the satisfaction just out of reach. It is manipulation. I am fully aware it is manipulation. I am still watching. Let's talk about the side characters, because they don't get enough analysis, and some of them are absolutely unhinged in the best way. The best friend is introduced in episode 1 as the most loyal person in the female lead's life. Funny, protective, the voice of reason. She says what the female lead is too polite to say. We love her completely. Episode 4, she is in a secret meeting with the villain. And the betrayal hits so hard because we were comfortable. We were not watching her. She was safe in our minds. And then suddenly she wasn't, and we're going, not her. Anyone but her. Then she comes back crying. Full explanation. It usually makes sense, honestly. And the FL forgives her in 30 seconds. They hug. We move on. Sometimes she does something shady again later, and at that point I have to respect that the writers committed fully to her being chaotic. I do respect it. The second male lead. Oh, the second male lead. He is kind, patient. He actually listens when the female lead talks, shows up without being asked, has never misunderstood her and dramatically walked away, has never been cold for no reason and then expected her to chase him. By any reasonable measure, he is the better choice. He is not getting the girl. He never gets the girl. Across all of short drama history, never. He exists to make us briefly reconsider everything, to make us say, why isn't she choosing him? And then to lose quietly while we feel terrible about it. I'm sorry, second male lead. Every single one of you across every drama. You were the right answer, and the drama had other plans. This is a formal apology on behalf of all of us who watched and did nothing. And the mother-in-law hates the female lead immediately, deeply, for no documented reason. Makes her life difficult for 15 episodes, while the female lead stays respectful and patient. Then, the moment the mother-in-law finds out the FL is actually from a wealthy family, or the jade pendant confirms something about her background. Full transformation, warm, welcoming. I always saw something special in you, offering tea with a smile. We're supposed to move on. We mostly do, but not immediately. And now, the cliffhanger. You've been watching for hours. You said one more episode 4 episodes ago. Your back is in a position it was not designed for. You don't care. Something huge just happened. The jade pendant appeared. The green tea villain made her biggest move. The male lead just found out the truth, and he's walking toward the female lead with that face, you know the face. And the music is building, and you're leaning toward your phone without realizing you've moved. Black screen. Text. To be continued. To be continued. I work of an entire legal team, all the body double abs, all the green tea villains with their perfectly timed tears, all the iPhones shared across tax brackets, all the cliffhangers that personally wronged us. They make us feel things, real things. We root for her. We want her to win. We want her to be loved properly by someone who actually deserves her. We feel genuine relief when that door gets kicked open. We feel genuine joy at the ending after 60 episodes of suffering when everything finally comes together the way it was always supposed to. And there is something so deeply comforting about a world where the truth always comes out, where the jade pendant always shows up and sets things right, where she always survives the kidnapping, the poison, the green tea villain, the cliffhangers, and comes out the other side. It's not the logic we're addicted to, it's the feeling. And short dramas deliver that feeling in the most concentrated, dramatic, occasionally unhinged doses, and it hits right every single time, even when we see it coming, even when we're shaking our heads going, girl, not the white shirt again. We feel it anyway. So yes, the billionaire keeps getting stabbed alone in parking lots and remains shocked every time. The abs belong to someone else entirely. The jade pendant is basically a lawyer at this point. The female lead and the CEO are on the same phone plan. The best friend will betray us at least once. The green tea villain is somewhere being soft and calculating and absolutely ruining everyone's life with a gentle smile. The cliffhanger is coming. And we will be there, tonight, probably past midnight, saying just one more episode to nobody in our rooms. Because we are short drama people, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, that's everything. That's my whole chest emptied out. If you watched this whole thing and found yourself nodding, you are my person. You really get it. Actually, wait. I forgot something. I cannot finish this conversation without talking about the side characters that switch sides. Not just the best friend, everybody. Everybody in short drama world has the potential to switch sides at any given moment, and you need to be prepared for that at all times. Like there are characters who are introduced as neutral, just background people. Someone's colleague, someone's neighbor, someone at the company who doesn't seem important, and then suddenly, they are involved. They have been involved the whole time. They were reporting information to the villain, or they are secretly connected to someone, or the green tea villain got to them and now they're doing her bidding while looking completely innocent. And the thing is, the drama doesn't always give you warning signs. Sometimes you get a little flicker, a look that lasts a second too long, a line of dialogue that felt slightly off, and if you were paying close attention, you might clock it. But mostly you're watching the main drama, the ML and FL situation, the green tea villain situation, the jade pendant situation, and this background character is just quietly switching sides, and you don't find out until it's relevant to the plot. And when you find out, you sit there going, wait, they were bad this whole time. This whole time. While I was distracted by the abs reveal and the kidnapping and the cliffhanger, they were just quietly working against the female lead, and nobody told me. Nobody told you. That's how short drama works. Information is distributed on a need-to-know basis, and apparently we did not need to know until right now. And then there's the villain's henchman situation. Because the main villain, whether it's the green tea girl or the actual corporate bad guy or the mother-in-law on a bad day, always has people working for them. And these henchmen are interesting because they are deeply loyal right up until the moment they aren't. The moment the villain starts losing, the moment the tide turns even slightly, at least one of the henchmen has a crisis of conscience. They start looking uncomfortable. They pause before carrying out instructions. They do one small thing that tips off the female lead or the male lead, and then they switch. Fully. They are now helping the good side and offering testimony against their former employer and acting like they weren't literally part of the problem for the last 40 episodes. Welcomes it even. Because the drama needs them to have information that can be used, so they are temporarily forgiven and put to work, and we just go with it. We go with it because at this point, we are on episode 52, and we need all the help we can get to defeat the green tea villain before the finale. Can we also acknowledge the villain monologue? Because this is a short drama tradition that has never failed, and I think it deserves recognition. The villain, whether green tea girl or the actual big bad, at some point will have a moment where they explain everything. Their whole plan, their full motivation, every step of what they did and why they did it and how they got away with it for so long. They deliver this speech usually when they think they have one. When they believe the female lead is powerless and the male lead doesn't know what's happening and they are finally safe to just say it all out loud. And the timing on this is always wrong for them. Because either someone is recording, or the male lead is right around the corner and can hear everything, or the female lead already found a way to send a message, or the jade pendant is somehow involved in the evidence chain. They always monologue at exactly the wrong moment, and I have never figured out why they do it. The plan was working. Nobody knew. You were fine. Why are you explaining it out loud right now? Why are you giving the full breakdown to the person you're supposed to have defeated? But they always do, and it always costs them. And we are watching going, why? Why do you do this every time? You were so close. And the green tea villain does her version of this too, except hers is softer, quieter. She doesn't rant. She explains in that gentle voice, tears starting to form, why she did what she did. And even her villain monologue sounds like she might be the victim. That's the level we're dealing with. Even in defeat, she is performing. Respect, genuinely. The commitment to character is unmatched. And the reconciliation. We have to talk about the reconciliation. After everything, after the kidnappings and the poisonings, and the misunderstandings and the green tea villain, and the cliffhangers, and the episode where the male lead believed the wrong person for the 14th time, they get back together. And the drama acts like this was always going to happen, which, yes, we knew. We knew from episode 1. We could see it from the moment they met and the tension started and the music played. We knew. But the road to get there, the specific road this drama chose to take, with all the detours and the jade pendant court cases and the side characters switching sides and the blood coughing and the white shirts and the body double abs. It was a whole journey. And when they finally get there, when the male lead finally does something that unambiguously shows he understands her, when the truth is finally fully out, when the green tea villain is fully exposed and the jade pendant has completed its legal work and the best friend has come back properly this time, you feel it. You actually feel it. After 60 episodes of oh my god and why, and she is lying, and just one bodyguard, please, the ending lands. It always lands. And you sit there in the quiet, and you feel something warm, and you think, okay, that was worth it. That was absolutely worth the sleep I lost, and the plans I canceled, and the just one more episode lies I told myself. It was worth it. And then you open the next drama. Because the feeling was that good and you want it again, and there is always another drama, and it will have a jade pendant and a green tea villain, and a body double with incredible abs, and a cliffhanger that wrongs you personally. And you want all of it. Every single ridiculous, illogical, beautiful bit of it. That's us. That's short drama people. If you watched this whole thing and found yourself nodding, you are my person. You really get it, 8 drama without question. The specific moment where your brain said, wait, and then immediately said, actually, never mind, and kept watching. I want all of it, every detail, every moment. I'll see you in the next video. Hit the like button, turn on post notification, and subscribe for more content.